feel like we're in very good shape. The overall level of the track is a little under for this kind of stuff. Now, this is going to be a long discussion, which we can't have because it's just me here. So I can't have a discussion with myself. I would look crazy to you all. But
Essence, baby, won't you be my muse? Correct me when I'm lost. At times I be confused. Don't care what people say. Don't worry about their views. Cause you in love with me and I'm so in love with you. You in love with me and I'm so in love with you.
If I mix this, it would probably be about 10 dBs louder. Because I know that, not Ari, because he's a Pure Mix member, so he understands the quality of dynamics. However, most other people, especially music that's really high velocity like this, R&B and hip hop tracks, they go out quick, and everything is about like high impact. And so when you send your track to an A&R and you're not in the room, or to some music supervisor or to someone, and you're not in the room, and your track feels softer than the other track, then people get really scared that the music's not as good. So that's what led to this stupid loudness war thing. However, it is true that if you play a track softer than the track before it, then the human brain is by default gonna, not like it as much, which is why we have level matching on Spotify and Tidal and YouTube, and hopefully soon Apple Music too. And so that in this case, if you think of it as a, if Ari had hired me to mix this, I would send it to him, but I would send it to him on Mixup. And so what I would do is I would target Spotify level, and I would put it on Mixup, and I would put his demo on Mixup. And then he would listen in this control environment where everything is level at -14, so that he could see, because I show Spotify from at -14, then he could see the true sound of his ref versus my mix without being distracted by the level differences. And so if I wanted to do that here, for example, I would go to the loudest place, the chorus.
Essence, baby, won't you be my muse? Correct me when I'm lost. At times I be confused. Don't care what people say.
I have a lot of headroom, and I don't know how dynamic his mix is, but there's also the problem of broadcast. We give ourselves headroom so that we don't blow you out of the water. So I'm going to take it up 3. So I'm going to take it down 3 dBs on the output and 3 dBs up on the input so that you can hear the difference.
Essence, baby, won't you be my muse? Correct me when I'm lost. At times I be...
Probably do another 3. The reason why I'm compensating is so that you don't fall off your chairs.
Essence, baby, won't you be my muse? Correct me when I'm lost. At times I be confused. Don't care what people say. Don't worry about their views. Cause you in love with me and I'm so in love with you. Essence, baby, won't you be my muse? Correct me when I'm lost. At times I be confused.
So to reach, the dynamic range, which you read here in the TrueDyn.
Essence, baby, won't you be my muse? Correct me when I'm lost. At times I be confused.
Still pretty quiet, 12 dBs, and now I can adjust. So I'm at where?
Essence, baby, won't you be my muse? Correct me when I'm lost. At times I be...
I'm about 4 dBs under. So now I can adjust here, put it at -3. This is going to sound louder to you just because I raised this fader. That's just a regular fader.
Essence, baby, won't you be my muse? Correct me when I'm lost. At times I be confused. Don't care what people say. Don't worry about their views. Cause you in love with me and I'm so in love with you. You in love with me and I'm so in love with you. You in love with me and I'm so in love with you. You in love with me and I'm so in love with you. Don't care about what they say. Don't.
So as you can see on a decibel supermeter, my full dynamic range of that chorus is about 11 TrueDyn. And that's good. That's really, it's nice. I mean, if you listen to a Beatles record, it's going to be 14 or 16, but this ain't the Beatles. This is something that's supposed to have that thing. And it's supposed to be a little more in your face. In the real world, outside broadcast, pure mix learning, this probably would clock at -8. And that's where stuff will start to not sound as good. But since we're in between friends, I can show you how that does. So just to for those of you who lost what just happened, basically I was working out of a wide open dynamic range. And I raised at the end, I would do this actually as I go along, but at the end I raised the gain on my limiter so that I can limit my dynamic range. I'm not yet looking for my target level. Limit my dynamic range to something that fits within the target level of Spotify or Tidal or whatever. And then with the output, I decided to hit more or less where Spotify would be. Now, if I wanted to, I could jack the levels up. I could have the output at 0, mind your ears.
Essence, baby, won't you be my muse? Correct me when I'm lost. At times I be confused. Don't care what people say. Don't.
So most R&B or hip hop these days is delivered at levels like this, mind your ears.
Essence, baby, won't you be my muse? Correct me when I'm lost. At times I be confused. Don't care what people say. Don't worry about their views. Cause you in love with me and I'm so in love with you. You in love with me and I'm so in love with you. You in love.
So it starts doing some things that we recognize the sound of, and then some things that I'm not necessarily a fan of. So it depends on what you want to do and where this is headed for. If this is headed for pitch, that's where you put it, because you know, if you can't beat them, join them. However, if you have a choice and it's your aesthetic decision that you want to offer to the world, you could choose wherever you want to release your record, knowing that Spotify is going to bring it down. In this case, Spotify is going to bring it down 7 dBs or 6 dBs, depending on what the average is. We haven't played the whole song. And that's, you know, you basically have, either you can have your record that sounds like this, and the level is going to be here, or you can have your record that sounds like this. But for you to be able to get the deal that's going to get you a huge promotion budget so that people pay attention to your music on Spotify, people tend to deliver the music here. But then it gets brought down. Is it stupid? Oh yeah. But it's our stupid, so we enjoy it. So I think at this point, I'm gonna bring it back down to something a little more, you know, manageable.
Essence, baby, won't you be my muse? Correct me when I'm lost.